stop by on the way to Canada to just kind of see what you
To
guys
share
are.
ideas and chat. The Green Racing Project is one of our projects at the Crosby Outdoor Center, which is a high-level competitive, I hate the word elite, so I'm not going to use the word elite, but it's a high-level racing team, professional racing team in a way.
Exclusive.
Yeah, and we do it, well, that's not a good one either. But we have skiing, biathlon, and rowing.
Yeah.
And so,
good.
and we really focus on smaller boats and, well, yeah, to some extent, people who aren't 6 feet, because it's harder for them to catch certain coaches' eye if they're not 6 feet, and it just doesn't happen. And so, we're a place where we hope they can come and develop their boat speed. We have 8 women here today who are with Green Racing Project, and then we also have a summer U23 program. So there are 4 women here who are part of the SBTC, Small Boat Training Center, which is our summer U23
Oh,
program.
nice. So for what boats are they going for?
Well, they only have just arrived, and they have to pretty quickly figure out what boats they're going for, because they're coming from different schools. So probably it'll be a pair and a double.
Pair and a double
yeah,
for the
probably a pair
women,
and a double.
and lightweight single and heavyweight single for the guys. There's only
Yeah.
2 guys this year. Depends on the applications and who's out there and how much room we have. To
By
house
application, and part of the deal is they also work for us at the center, and the center's mission has to do with sustainability and lifelong sports and land stewardship and stuff like that. So, the application process is about being a good athlete, but also about having some interests that align with to just sort of CrossFit and where that fits, and things that we've been thinking about a lot lately. We feel like we're in a position to really try to do the right thing for each individual.
That I've kind of come to recognize is that's why CrossFit's, like, the idea of CrossFit, about varied intensity, not just working on your weaknesses, but sometimes you will touch on your strengths, but then it'll be somebody else. If you want to go into a small boat or even be successful or have a long career, a repeat gold medal, you're going to have to expose those weaknesses you have. You can't just do it off of fitness. You can't just do it off of being a, cardiovascular freak. Mm-hmm. You have to be strong. You have to be skilled. And so that's kind of where we're exposing a lot of the workouts that we're doing. They're on the water once a day, 4 or 5 times a week. And that's completely different from what we were doing at the training center. It was once, more likely twice a day, 6 days.
And we're trying to go at it from both angles, the skill and the fitness capacity and whatnot. So
lately, just the looking at video and technique and skills, and just really trying to make sure that, okay, so you're fit, but if you can't move a boat, that's not going to help you. So I think that's what you're talking about. I should explain that this summer project with the women is sort of, in a way, filling the gap. There aren't that many opportunities, as for open women, really, once you get through NSRs, if you're not the first single and the first double.
The thing with the GRP, it's not really a club. It's not really a training camp. Training camp, you go to the training camp, and they beat on you for a couple of weeks, and then you're cut or you're not cut, And a club, you come in, you pay your dues, you can, take up residence in the, near the club, and you can row there for the rest of your life. We're sort of somewhere in the middle of that, we're expecting that people would come there, maybe for a couple of years, and then depending on how they do, either they do great or they decide to get on with their life. But it's more of a, 1, 2, 3 year.
If you have the right headspace, then I feel like the possibilities are infinite.
Yeah, and try to reach the potential, that you have. I think in many cases people never reach it, either because, for various reasons. It could be in the environment, or it could be, the type of training, or it could be lots of reasons, that you wouldn't reach it. I mean, probably very few people do reach their potential.
Right.
That's where, I think CrossFit plays a role.
So like in the CrossFit world, if I am, who's Jason Khalipa, I'm not going to go out there and only lift heavy weights. Like I need to go work on my endurance. He's the big burly guy who won, who improved tremendously from last time he won the games in 2008 to last year in 2013, like his biggest hole was endurance.
But
Like
did he win the rowing? Isn't that
he
the
won the
one?
rowing.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
won
yeah,
the
that-
2K and the half marathon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
honestly, that's I think where CrossFit has its beauty. Like, you think in order to, a lot of times, a lot of people think the only way to improve aerobically is to do long, slow distance, and I think that's the thing that should be experimented more with the rowing side.
It is reminding me that our skiers are doing some CrossFit now for the first time too. Katie and Nick are doing a class for them.
Yeah.
And one of the comments was identifying weaknesses. That they've been doing the same thing over and over. They're great skiers, but it's like, well, your squat position's wrong or whatever, And so I think that really rings a bell.